Welcome back. For one Wardsville mother and former softball player, it didn't get any better than Blair Oaks softball. Last fall, she ended up in a battle that kept her from watching her daughter play the sport they both loved. KMUH's Bradley Davis has the story of how the Mid-Missouri softball community rallied around the Caldwell family.
Batters were in trouble. Their hit found its way to former All-State Jeff City shortstop Kristina Caldwell.
She had a laser rocket arm. That's what she had. She threw hard. Playing pitch and catch with her in the backyard, it would numb your hand.
She was cutting across the infield, and the first baseman was kind of like, oh my gosh, here comes the ball. You have no idea where it's going to go, and you hope she doesn't kill the first baseman. So it was always like, with Kristina, it was bull in a china cabinet, going to give it all you got in full force. And that's how she was with life, too.
She went on to continue dominating as number 12 with Columbia College.
If you threw it hard, she was going to hit it out harder than you threw it.
That was in the 90s. And times change. Kristina shifted her focus just 6.5 miles south to Blair Oaks, home to her 2 daughters.
She was a Blair Oaks super fan. Blair Oaks played Jeff City this year in softball, and without a doubt, she wanted the Falcons to win.
Kristina dedicated her time to coaching her girls. Now 13-year-old Peyton in volleyball and 14-year-old Emma on the softball diamond.
Kristina had been looking towards Emma starting high school softball for quite some time now.
It was finally time for Emma to take the field as a freshman, but Kristina found herself in another waiting game, and it kept her from her place in the stands.
Well, Kristina and her mom were both ill with COVID at the same time. It was the first day that I went to the hospital. I visited with Janene, and her condition had changed drastically than just a few days earlier.
Kristina's mom, Janene Jones, died from COVID-19 complications on September 2nd, 2021. She was 59 years old. Kristina, only 40 years old, had to be put on a ventilator with pneumonia, fighting for her life.
And there were good days where she progressed well, and then there were days that she didn't progress well. But I never lost hope and never believed for a second that she wasn't going to be able to recover.
After a 35-day fight, Kristina died in the hospital, 12 days after her mom.
Kristina's husband, Brian, and daughters Emma and Peyton, and her dad, Tom, and all the rest of their family need our love, comfort, and support and prayers during this extremely difficult time.
So I'm grateful that I didn't get sick. But it makes it hard to understand. It makes it hard to understand the effects on people with this virus.
It's like, really? You know, mother and daughter 2 weeks apart. And I can tell you, Janene and Kristina were probably one of the tightest mother and daughter combos that I know.
Close with her mom and close with her husband and 2 kids, who cherish their memories of Kristina.
She has a big, beautiful smile, and always happy to be around, and willing to give her time, willing to take time with people.
And while they try to carry on, softball helps them heal. Because that's the funny thing about time. The more of it you give up, the longer you stay in the minds of those around you. And the Mid-Missouri community has not forgotten about number 12.
These aren't our team colors. This was her favorite color, was red. The coaches, we've all got Kristina's number on the back of our jerseys. And what an amazing way to start a conversation about my friend and to have somebody ask me what impact others really means.
I reached out to Brian, and I really wanted to frame her jersey. I watched YouTube a lot, and I figured out how to frame it, and I was able to do it myself.
And a championship won by the Blair Oaks softball team gave the Caldwell family a moment of joy.
After the championship game, I think she was proud, proud of the team. The players were proud to have Emma on the team, supporting us in whatever way she could.
She was my best friend, and she meant a lot to me. She is the reason why, I'm still here.
Kristina's memory, the person she was, the time she spent, the family she supported, pushes the Caldwell family forward.
She's always with me, even though I can't physically see her or hear her, she's still with me.
They will never forget the mom, player, and coach that they lost.
She loved life. She loved her family, her kids, and she showed it every day. And she lived with a smile on her face, and she'll always be remembered.
KMUH's Bradley Davis reporting. Brian told us that Kristina laid a great foundation for their family, and they will keep building the groundwork as they move forward.